Yes, Lauren, that's exactly right. Behind me here, you could actually see at least 5 police cars. There are police kind of surrounding a home in this area here. There's been investigators going back and forth from this crime scene to the crime scene on the other side of the home. Now, again, we know this shooting all started as a home invasion. Police say they responded to reports of a home break-in a little after 3 a.m. on East Maddox Avenue near 287. The homeowner told police several men broke into his house wearing ski masks and carrying guns. Now, police say the victim shot at men to defend himself, and the suspects returned fire. Neighbors in this area witnessed the entire situation unfold.
We heard all the shooting, boom, 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 boom. So the guy ran, come out of the vacant lot over there.
The homeowner jumped through a window and called 911, and the suspects, police say, ran off. Now, when police arrived on scene, just a block away on Myrtle Street, there was a report of someone who was shot. Authorities say one of the break-in suspects called 911 after being shot, they believe, by the homeowner. That suspect is in critical condition at the hospital. Police believe there are actually 2 other suspects on the loose involved in that home break-in. The homeowner has some injuries from getting cut on glass when he escaped through his window. Again, those are non-life-threatening injuries, though this is a developing situation. We will update you when we learn more information here. Back to you. Right now, the courts do have a subpoena for student records. Now, the courts want a list of all the students who were at the school event that turned deadly. The courts are asking for names, birthdays, addresses, and contact information of parents for students who were at the April meet. Now, just a month ago, a Kaufman County grand jury indicted 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony. He's accused of stabbing and killing 17-year-old Austin Metcalf during the district track meet. He's being charged with first-degree murder. The crime has gained national attention, leading to harmful rumors, spread, and security concerns for both families. Student information is protected under the Federal Education Rights and Privacy Act, or FERPA. In this case, a court order takes precedent, though. Now, in a statement, the school district says they have no legal right to object to the subpoena. If a parent or a student does not want their records released, they will have to use their own representation by Tuesday, July 29th, in order to stop it. Now, they just got notification of this court order yesterday. Reporting live in McKinney, I'm Peyton May for Good Day.
All right, Peyton, thanks.
An Arlington, Texas man is facing charges after being arrested in Michigan for possible human trafficking. Police say there were several red flags that captured the attention of investigators on this case. Fox 4's Peyton Yeager has more from police. Peyton?
Steve and Heather, officers in Michigan initially responded to a domestic call. They spoke with the victim. That victim started disclosing key information about a human trafficking ring connected to right here in North Texas. Video shows 33-year-old Randolph Lewis of Arlington purposely hurting himself in a jail cell after police in Michigan arrested him. Lewis now accused of running a cross-country human trafficking ring. Investigators revealed Thursday Lewis is connected to at least 10 victims.
Some as young as 17 years old were coerced, threatened, and manipulated into a life of sex trafficking.
Police in the city of Southfield, a suburb of Detroit, were dispatched to a hotel on a report of destruction of property early Monday morning. A 21-year-old Louisiana woman said Lewis broke her windshield because she brought him the wrong food.
So you've known him for a year? You've been doing this for a year?
Officers started asking more questions. The woman eventually disclosed Lewis had rented out multiple hotel rooms, and she didn't even know she was in Michigan. The woman said she and other women were forced to have sex with Lewis and other men in several states, including Texas.
The two met in Louisiana. The two would travel back and forth between Louisiana and Dallas twice per month.
Inside the Michigan hotel rooms, sex toys and condoms. Detectives learned Lewis's victims were advertised on sex websites. Body camera footage shows the moment Lewis was arrested in the hotel lobby.
What's the problem?
What's your name?
Huh?
What's your name?
Randy, what's the problem?
Public records do show Lewis had an address at a home in South Arlington. We checked in with local agencies. He was arrested in Dallas County in 2024 for an outstanding warrant for drug charges, and also in Tarrant County in 2023.
And as for this ongoing human trafficking case, a woman, a victim, did come forward to police in Louisiana prior to Lewis's trip to Michigan. That is ultimately why he fled the state of Louisiana. So charges are expected in Louisiana as well. It's unclear if any victims here in Texas have come forward to law enforcement agencies here in Texas. Police in Michigan are still working to get in contact with those other victims. Steve?
All right. Peyton Yeager reporting tonight. Peyton, thank you. State troopers are searching for the man who left the scene of a deadly crash last month in Kaufman County, and the family of the victim, an 18-year-old named Brendan Ivy, is pleading for the public's help.
So the man police are looking for has disappeared, so is his family. They're from Kaufman County, but police are hoping that somebody knows where he is. Fox 4's Sean Rabb live now with the story. Sean.
And you know, his disappearance is simply salt in the wounds for the Ivy family. Brendan was on his way home from a Terrell restaurant when he collided with this work truck that ran a stop sign and blew through an intersection. And the man police are looking for who caused that accident, he jumped out, took off on foot, and has not been seen since.
He was full of life. He made everybody laugh. He played drums. He loved his motorcycle.
Through her pain, Shanna Ivy paints a picture of her son, Brendan, the 18-year-old, on the motorcycle he loved, killed by the driver of a work truck that plowed through the intersection of FM 429 and County Road 346 in Kaufman County a little after 11 p.m. June 13th.
He blew through a stop sign. He slid through the stop sign, and basically my son was coming this way on 429, and he slid right in front of him.
Because of an app that tracks locations, Tad and Shanna knew something was wrong and knew exactly where to go, getting to the scene where their Brendan lost his life.
He still had his helmet on. He still had all his gear on, his gloves. I held his hand through that.
We got to hold him one more time.
It's
before he left.
It's tough, but there was nothing they could do for him at all. He was gone instantly.
This man, Victor Eduardo Mendoza Mondragon, is the man law enforcement says was driving that work truck that had alcoholic beverages inside, some containers empty. He left the scene on foot before police arrived, leaving his 22-year-old passenger.
The night Brendan died, the night my son's heart stopped beating, part of me died too. And I can't ever get that back. And our whole family's been affected.
Brendan, the youngest of the children.
I can't walk into his room anymore and mess with him or do any of that. I mean, we fought like cats and dogs, but I love the kid to death. And I would gladly trade places with him right now.
Ivy family attorney Jeffrey Shore says the man police are looking for, Victor Eduardo Mendoza Mondragon, lost his 18-year-old son in an electrocution accident.
For him to then cause a crash that kills somebody else's son after he knows what it's like to lose a son, and then to leave Brendan there is just, I mean, I don't know what kind of person does this.
The family knows someone does know him and hope they will help find the man law enforcement says caused their son's death.
He didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
He had the right of way, and he was just coming home.
Absolutely. He was happy.
My baby didn't do anything wrong.
Kaufman County Crime Stoppers offering a reward for any information on where this man Mondragon might be. Such a sad story tonight.
It is, Sean. Very sad. Thank you for reporting on it and interviewing his parents, too. Thanks, Sean Rabb.